everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Little Marketing Podcast, where we provide small business owners across the globe with smart and tangible marketing advice for their small business. So, hope you're excited for another episode, because I am excited about today's episode. So what I want to talk about today is 3 key areas that relate to your marketing, which don't include actual marketing activity, but include and talk about the actual behaviors that you can take in running your small business that have an impact in your marketing, and that are some key drivers to impact the success of your business, how your team works, and how your clients and customers interact with you, and how you can make sure that they buy from you and keep buying from you. So let's get into today's episode. So what are the 3 key areas that we're going to talk about today that can impact your marketing and behaviors that you can change and make in your business to ensure some success? So the 3 key areas that I'm going to talk about are certainty, control, and convenience. So let's dive into those 3. So let's talk about certainty. So as a business, you want to make sure that you are creating certainty with your customers. So let's use an example. So let's pretend that you are a builder and you are building a new home for a client of yours. Now put yourself in the shoes of your client who you're building the home for. So they're building a home, they're spending $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $10 million on a new home. So they are putting all the control in your hands. So what do they want? They want absolute certainty that you have got the reins on their project. So let's dig deeper on that specific example. So let's pretend that you are committed to a deadline, and let's say that 30th of June is the time when you're going to lay the cement slab on the property. So a behavior that can create certainty is 2 weeks out from the deadline, communicate to that client that everything is on schedule for the 30th of June deadline. So what does that do? It makes the client feel comfortable and certain. They know that you are aware of the deadline as well, that you haven't forgotten it, and it's not a date that you just made up, but you're actually committed to that date, and they can sit back and relax. And then maybe 2 days out from the 30th, another reminder saying, hey, all good, we're 2 days out from laying the slab, just letting you know that we're doing it on the 30th of June and everything is on schedule and we are ready to go. Now imagine the certainty from that customer's perspective of how they feel in that particular circumstance. They can rest assured that you are taking control, and you can see when I go through examples of certainty, control, and convenience, they often kind of interchange and overlap with each other. So you are creating certainty in that specific example, and you are taking control of the situation as well, and that's what you are getting paid to do as a business and a business owner. So let's use another example. Let's pretend that things aren't necessarily going to plan. Let's pretend that you were setting the 30th of June deadline, but for some reason, pipes burst or something, and you feel like there might be a week delay. So as soon as you know that there's going to be delay, it's about giving certainty to that customer, calling them up and saying, listen, I know we had the 30th of June, but you know what? Sometimes shit happens. So this is what we're going to do. 30th of June was the deadline. We've just, there's been a water leak or whatever it might be. So look, it's going to probably push it out a week, but I'm going to keep you updated over the next couple of weeks to let you know. Today is the 20th of June. Yes, I said we're going to do it on the 30th. It's probably going to be a week delayed. I'm thinking it's going to be on the 7th of July now. So, but in the lead up to that, I'm going to keep you updated. So come, say the 25th of June, let's say that the 7th of July, that extended delay is still going to happen. Call up the client and say, look, we have still extended it. It is on the 7th, and it's about just giving them certainty. Shit will happen in every business or industry, whether you're selling widgets and sending them out to a customer or you're providing a service. Not everything goes to plan. You can have all the systems and procedures in place, but sometimes people make mistakes or stuff just happens. But it's about giving certainty to your customers or clients about what's actually happening and just making them know that you are in control. And again, you can see that there's an overlap there in certainty and control. So it's about just giving them certainty and making them feel at ease and knowing from their perspective that as the expert that you are giving them certainty in everything that you are doing and that you because you're aware of your deadlines and you're not just making the deadlines up, they know, okay, this guy's all over it. He knows what his deadlines are. Stuff has happened, but he's at least keeping me up to date. And I think it's the not knowing that as a customer and a client, or just even a fellow team member, is annoying and frustrating because you're in the dark, you don't really know what's happening. That doesn't create certainty, that creates doubt, and that's the complete opposite of certainty. So you want to create certainty within all your actions, and that's why I say certainty is a behavior that you take, and that behavior has an absolute impact in your marketing. Why? Because marketing, remember, is every touch point in and around your business, and one of those touch points is your interaction with your customer and client. So create that certainty so that they believe in what you're delivering for them and that they feel comfortable to keep working with you. So that's certainty. So now let's look at the second one, which is control. So customers and clients want to make sure that the person that they're engaged, whether they're buying a service or whether they're buying a product from you, they want to make sure that you are taking control of the process. So let's play an example of where not everything goes to plan. So let's, for example, pretend that I ordered some protein powder online, and for whatever reason, there was a glitch in their system, and my delivery is out of stock, or it's going to be delayed. So taking control of the situation is, right, we know that Michael's order is going to be late because we're out of stock. There was a glitch in the system. Let's call Michael, let's email Michael and say, look, we know you ordered the protein powder. There was a glitch in the system. We're taking control of the process. What we're going to do is we're going to either refund you, or you can have it as credit, and when the stock comes in, we can get it delivered to you. Which one would you like? So that's them taking control of the situation. They're being super transparent around what has happened. And so again, I'm feeling comfortable, and they're giving certainty to me as well. So they're taking control of the situation. I know that they're not trying to rip me off. There's just a glitch in the system, and I can make a decision as whether I want a credit and wait for the product to come in, or whether I want a refund. So that's taking control. Let's talk about taking control in a situation where where you're just working generally with a client. So let's use the builder example. So let's pretend he has a timing plan over the next 6 months, I should say, of running my project plan for my house. So taking control is him saying to me, right, every 2 weeks we are going to have a 30-minute video call so I can tell you exactly what's happening and the progress that's happening in the building of your home. So that, for him, is taking control of the situation from day one. Again, that's giving me certainty, and it's also what it's doing. It's the third one. It's providing convenience to the situation. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to chase him. He's taking control. We're having fortnightly meetings to give me an update so that I'm feeling comfortable with what the process. So he's grabbing the bull by the horns, as they say, and taking control of the situation. Another example, I'm going to use our business. So again, when a client starts working with us, it's about us taking control of every process and situation. So if there's a system that we follow for a particular activity, we will tell the client, this is a system that we're following. We're taking control. Here's the deadlines. Here's when we're going to meet. And we take control of the situation. Or just as a general rule, when we're working with our clients, when they start working with us, we will set up a weekly, a fortnightly, or a monthly meeting to consult and execute with them and to talk about what's happening so they're kept up to date. Again, we're taking control of the situation. They are coming to us because we are the expert consultants in marketing their small business. So we're taking control. They're feeling comfortable with what we're doing, and because they're paying as well, we are providing that convenience. They don't have to chase us. Hey team, what's happening? What are we doing today? What are we doing this week? We're taking control of the situation and providing that convenience to them. And of course, giving them certainty around what's actually happening and what the process is in working with them. So that's the third one that's the second one in terms of taking control. And the third piece in terms of a marketing behavior that you can make to ensure customers and clients love working with you and they keep coming back or refer you to other people is convenience. People often are paying for convenience. I'm going to use the example of McDonald's. We know, so there's a great example of a business that provides certainty, control, and convenience. You know for certain when you go into a McDonald's what the Big Mac is going to be. Every time you go in there, the Big Mac is going to be the same regardless of which McDonald's that you go into, so that there's definitely certainty there. They're taking control of the situation. You know that you go up, you pay, you drive through, you go to the next window, you know that they're taking control, and that's what's going to happen. And of course, you're paying actually a premium for the convenience. So let's use the example of a Big Mac or a Big Mac meal. So Big Mac meal, I don't know what they are now, $12 or $13, and roughly you wait about 2 minutes for your meal. So if we work out the calculation, they are taking, let's call it $13. They are taking $13 for 2 minutes of their time. So if we work it out as an hourly rate, so $13 for every 2 minutes. In 60 minutes, that's 30 2-minute slots. So 30 times 13 is almost $400 an hour, is basically what you are paying for in terms of the convenience of the product that you are buying. So when you think about it, that's a great example of convenience. So let's use another example. Let's use the builder as an example. There might be some elements on a smaller build that a homeowner can do themselves, or even in a big build, parts of the build that the homeowner can do themselves. But most often than not, they are handing the reins over to the builder to take control of the situation, and they of course are paying for the convenience of the builder to take control and give them certainty of building their home and doing the fit out or whatever it might be. So they're paying an absolute excess for that convenience. So the key about the convenience is, if someone is paying for the convenience, make sure you are providing the convenience. Don't make it difficult for them. So let's use the builder example. Again, if they're paying for the convenience, don't make the homeowner have to do things in between. Don't make it hard for them to contact you. Don't make it hard for them to want to know where things are at. Make it convenient. And again, it rolls into the other two. You're providing the certainty, you're taking control of the situation, and you are overall providing convenience in the overall process of building the home. So another simple behavior in the actions that you can take to make sure that your customers and clients are happy with you, make sure that they keep coming back to work with you, and that they absolutely are happy working with you and referring you to other customers and clients as well. So certainty, control, and convenience, really simple things. It's about creating some systems, behaviors, scripts in your business to make sure that you're providing those certainty, control, and convenience actions to make your customers feel happy and keep coming back for you. So hope you got lots out of today's episode. If you feel like you know small business owners that need help in certainty, control, and convenience, and a bit of a kick up the bum, make sure you're sharing this episode with them. Of course, we'd love a rating review, and we'll see you back next week for another episode of the Little Marketing Podcast.
Please note that all the information provided on this podcast is general in nature and is not intended to be specific advice to your individual situation. Please be sure to engage a professional for a customized approach to your business and personal circumstances.